Caroline Sampson. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be showing you a book that I personally think is pretty underrated. And this book is Excuse You All, I'll Try, written by Joya Goffney. This book is basically about a girl named Quinn who has her entire life planned out in this one notebook. But soon this notebook goes missing, and she's then blackmailed into facing some of her deepest fears. So she decides to team up with Carter Bennett, also known as the man who last had her notebook. So as they team up together to face her fears, they soon have to face their feelings for each other. Now that I'm done with the overview of the book, I can finally get started on the actual book. And let's get started. But before I get started into the actual deep dive, I'm going to tell you some information that I think you should know before you read the actual book. First of all, I would say that this book is pretty much 12 years or plus, just because it involves quite a lot of drinking and some romance. But, I mean, if you're able to handle that, I'm sure it's fine to read if you're younger. Second of all, this book is pretty much a romance and kind of mystery, but not really. And lastly, my overall rating for this book was a 4.1, and I'm going to explain why that is in the main video. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to be getting into the cons of this book. And just so you know, there weren't many cons, but there was quite a few that did annoy me quite a lot. And one of these cons was that they would throw characters right in your face without giving you any kind of context of who they were. They did explain who they were, like, around halfway through the book, but it was kind of annoying just not having any clue. One of my second main cons is that the ending was quite cliche. It was a very cute ending, but whoever was blackmailing her was extremely cliche. And one of my last cons, which I didn't really have a problem with, was that this book was just a bit slow because she was kind of confused for like half of it until she started snapping back into reality. But now it's time to get into the prose. Time for the prose. Now, there was quite a lot of prose in this book, but there was a few that stood out to me. And one of these was that overall it's just a very cute rom-com. Because while I was reading, I noticed that I found myself laughing really hard at some moments and swooning really hard at some moments. Another one is that the characters were just written very well by Joya Goffney, and the way that they were portrayed and the way that they were, I guess, shown as well was just amazing because you could really imagine how they felt. And, you know, another one of the pros, this is just for me, but it's in first person, and I enjoy first person books a lot more than third person, maybe, and that's probably because I like to feel like I am the character. And lastly, I loved the plot in general because it's kind of a mystery and also a romance, so it keeps you guessing while it keeps you swooning. So those are overall my pros of the book. Time for the conclusion. So I personally think that this book is actually a really good book and it's worth reading, but some people may not think that. So comment down below what your thoughts are on this book. But for now, that's all for today. Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment down below. Make sure you hit the bell button for all notifications from me. Goodbye!